overall plot wise, I think it's really good. I loved episode 7 where they were caught in a time loop. I thought that was such a good episode.
Oh my God,
Um, yeah. So that I've been having a lot of fun with it. Yeah.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. The Klingons were some of my favorite part of the
Real.
first seasons of Discovery, because not only did they immerse us into their culture, unlike in other series, they did it in a movie. I think Star Trek 3, the Search for Spock. I think they delved heavily into Klingon culture. I think that might be where we first. Is that where we saw Worf? It might be. It might one of those movies. I think we got introduced to. It probably isn't that. So don't fact check me on that. All right, y'all. But I love the dynamic of the racial aspect of Klingons. Did you get that? Like they're
yeah.
And they're like, we don't care about your white skin. We looked away from that. We was trying to give you a chance, even though you have this white skin. You know, it's like it's like, oh snap! Like, it's such a. I love that. Like when they delve into. Because, you know, most of Star Trek, kind of like X-Men and a lot of Marvel stuff, is allegorical, right? Like it's supposed to be the place of something that's happening in our timeline, but in a different manner, so that we don't necessarily see it from a literal standpoint, but figuratively. And so for this white Klingon to feel oppressed and like, please, my white skin, I'm sorry. It's like, okay, all right, well, I'm trying to get. What you looking for? DEI, Mr. White Klingon? What you need? What you need, a minority scholarship? Like, what is? You know, what did you so woke, man? I'm just freaking white woke. You know, so I like that. I like that, and I like the whole dynamic of like him having to prove himself because he's just looked down upon due to the way that he was born. And if you keep watching, that gets even more complex. You definitely stepped into it with the Michael Burnham thing, man, because this is why I loved the first 3 seasons. We'll talk about what happens after that. But this is why I loved Discovery, because it was one of the first times that we got to see a full character arc from a captain-esque type figure, I'll say, for the time being. All right? Because we normally get the captain and they the captain. You know what I'm saying? Or you normally get the first officer and they the first officer. But in this one, you see them go from first officer to in prison to I don't know what they're going to do to who is this? To maybe time travel, maybe not. I don't know. I'm not going to give nothing away. Definitely, I can't wait to hear you tell us a little bit more about your Star Trek journey. My Star Trek journey, just to close us off here, like I said, is in the original series, excuse me. And right now, I just finished the episode where I'm on season 2, I think episode 16 or 17. And I just finished the episode where there's these beings on this planet that they travel to. And when they get there, the beings basically have this button on their belt that makes everybody freeze. So they get there, everybody, and like, oh, you can't move. They're like, yeah. All right, now that you're here, we're not going to let y'all move unless y'all take us to our galaxy. He was like, where's your galaxy? The Andromeda Galaxy. He was like, well, that's 300 years away. He's like, no problem. We're going to be a legacy ship. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, okay, we're not doing that. He's like, yes, you will. In fact, if you don't, he turns 2 of the crew members, one of them black, one of them white woman, turns them into basically little balls of salt, like little like Rubik's cubes of salt. And you're like, okay. And he's like, yeah. And then he takes one, he crumbles it all. He's like, now this one's dead. And you're like, oh no, did he just kill the black guy? But then he's like, the other one is okay. And then he brings it back to life.